Stone here again, here to talk some more about fractions. There's probably going to be 4, maybe 5 fractions lessons, so this would be 2/4 done after this one's, if we're at 4. You'll recall last time we talked about fractions, and what do they mean? Well, you can write anything as a fraction, and the way you do it is you say, how many of what? You have 1, we have 1 apple, so it's 1/1. How many? 1. Of what? Apples. 1/1. 1/1 equals 2/2, which is not surprising. 1/1 is 1. You divide anything by itself, you get 1. 2 divided by 2, how many times does 2 go into 2's? It's your gazillion tables. 2 goes into 2, 1 time. 10 goes into 10, 1 time. They all equal 1. That's the way fractions are set up. So, let's talk about some operations using fractions. Today we're going to talk about multiplying fractions, and the best way to think about multiplying fractions is to eat. Every fraction is a division problem. 1/2 means 1 divided by 2. 3/4 means 3 divided by 4. This lesson is brought to you today by Art Garfunkel, 1/2 of the famous group Simon and Garfunkel. Alright, there's 2 people in the group, one of them's Art. Every fraction is a division problem. We're going to divide this apple. Alright, we're going to divide it into separate pieces. I'm going to use this apple coring device, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 segments. It's also got a core. So some of you are going to say, yeah, it's got 11. Well, it's got 10. We're just going to ignore the core, alright, because we don't want to eat that part. So, we're going to be dividing this apple into 10 equal parts. That's going from 1/1, 1 apple, to 10/10, alright? There's going to be 10 slices out of 10 slices, which is 1 apple. When we're done with this, we'll cut this into 10 even slices. Each of them will be 1/10 of an apple. Make sense? Division problem, going to divide the apple, going to divide it into tenths. So I put my fractionator and BAM! What I've just done is I've divided this apple into 10 equal parts. I'm going to get rid of the core. Yes, I know. But what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slices of an apple. That is 1/10 of an apple. Because what we have is 1. How many? We have 1. Out of what? Out of 10. We have 1/10. Here we have 2/10. Alright? Now, 2/10 is the same as 1/5. How do I know that? Well, I know it mathematically, but you know it by looking at an apple. Here's a set of 2. 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 We have 5 sets of 2. Alright? That set of 2 is 1/5 of the entire apple. Now, what we want to do from here is take a look at what else can we do with 1/10 of an apple. Now, when you multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. So I'm going to take 1/10 of an apple. Would you agree with me that that is 1/10? I thought you would. I'm going to divide this into 2 halves. I'm going to take this 1/10, and I want to know what 2 halves of 1/10 is. Now, there's a code word buried in there. When I say of in math, when I say 1/2 of 1/10, or 2 halves of 1/10, that means times. So, I'm going to cut this 10th in half, and now I have, this is 1/10 of an apple, having cut it in half, now it's 2/20, alright? Together, there are 2/20, which equals 1/10. If I set one aside, I have 1/20. 1/2 times 1/10 equals 1/20. Okay? Now, that's all well and good, you say, but how can I be sure it's true? Well, I cut that one in half. Let's take 10/10 and multiply 10/10 by 2 halves. Alright? That's legal because 2 halves is 1. And I'm going to cut each of these bad boys in half. And then I should have 1/10 times 2 halves. In fact, 10/10 times 2 halves. I'm going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20ths. How many do I have? I have 20. Of what? 20ths. What's 20 divided by 20? 1. How many apples did I start with? 1. See how this works? To multiply fractions, You multiply straight across. Then you simplify if you can, and we'll talk about simplifying fractions another time. When you could snatch this apple from my hand, it'll be time for you to go. See you next time. There's a code word buried in there. When I say